Hey everyone, well about 9 years ago I did a video titled Synth Demo Stand Back Stevie Nicks, which is a video I did just going through some sounds and trying to recreate my own version of Stand Back by Stevie Nicks. So I thought, well, you know, it's been nearly 10 years and I might give it another shot, but with newer equipment. So yeah, here we are. I just thought I'd just do a quick run through on how I create my own projects and tracks and things like that using Logic. So I've already set up a template track already to save a little bit of time, and I'll only really do part of the song to sort of more show the different types of instruments and things like that is now available. So first things first though, with these tracks I always go to this website to check what the BPM is for the song, which is beats per minute if you didn't know. It's pretty much the tempo, if you would like to call it that. So it should be 116. I've already been here today, as you can see. Done a little bit of research. So the one I'm going off here is the actual album track that was from 1983, I think it is. So 116 beats per minute is the one we're going to be looking at. So I'll just launch Logic and it'll probably tell me I've got 50 million plugins that I have to install, but we're going to abort that if it does that. Sure enough, so I'll just abort that for now. Okay. So, a couple of things. One thing I do like to do is set up an arrangement of any song that I do, especially if it's going to be timed and using a metronome or just a tempo in general. So I've already listened to the song and went through and put in these parts, and the reason why I do that is so when I'm looking at the data and the audio, I can identify quickly, pretty easy, what part of the song that is, you know, which chorus and which part, and you know, bridges and solos and things like that. I just find it makes it so much easier. The other thing I do is the key as well, change, so it's in D major and the tempo is set to 116, so it's ready to go. Couple of things about this song. So I've done a little bit of research, as I said, and the drums and things like that is a bit interesting to start with. It did say here somewhere, let me just do a search. Okay, so there's electronic drums and then there's actually acoustic drums, which is pretty much, I think, the snare and toms and things like that. The kick drum and everything else, I think, is pretty much a drum machine, which is the Oberheim DMX drum machine. Other instruments, Oberheim OBXA synth, and the Roland Jupiter 8, which is the bass instrument, which is quite quick. It's an arpeggiated sort of 16th note sort of thing. So I have most of those things. The drums are a little bit funny because I have to use sort of a sampled snare. I do have Superior Drummer by Toontrack and all those sorts of things, but I just used a sample of a snare from Zenhiser that I had for many years. Actually, I even think it might have been a similar snare to the one I used on the actual recording. So the very first track I like to do is put a drum track down. So I'm going to use Falcon by UVI, and we're going to use Beatbox Anthology. I love this program so much. It's got so many different drums and things like that. You just have to, it's pretty easy to decipher what type of drum kit and brand it is. So we're going to use the Drum MX. Go to sequencer, clear all. So just open up and we're going to just go to Stevie Nicks and listen to the drums and figure it out. Here we go. Okay, so it's pretty straightforward. It's going to be the kick drum. Oops. Now I'm going to put the snare here for now, even though it's not the correct snare, but just to get the pattern. Now I don't think hunt around for the. We need a shaker of some description. Something like this perhaps. Oops. There's a hi-hat, that note, around here, two of them. So that'll do for that part of it for now. This is just a real rough sort of thing to show. Generate. Alright. So let's listen to that. So the one thing we're missing with the drums is the snare, the actual real hard hitting snare. But what I'll do is, and the drums also change quite a bit throughout the song. There's different hi-hats and things like that. Alright, so I have the sampled snare. Right there, it's going to be a bit loud to start with. So I'll just solo that for now and you can. Kind of sounds alright with the other snare there. Alright, so I'll just extend that on. Now I know the drums change from the chorus onwards. There's a lot more hi-hat activity, but I'm just going to do this for now just for the sake of it, because I'm not going to do the whole song. Just going to show a bit of it, and if it's something that you people want me to do more of, or you like this kind of thing as something different, then let me know and we can do some other songs as well. Alright, so the next instrument we'll do is the bass, which is the Roland Jupiter 8. Now I have a Roland Cloud subscription, so I'm going to use that just to be easy. I've got my own Jupiter 8 boutique box that I scored a couple of months ago, but I'll just use the Jupiter 8 right now by Roland. So it's got some amazing now, because the bass notes are pretty much 16th notes and not 8. The last video I did on this in 2009, I was doing it like so. We'll do it a different way this time. Now the Jupiter 8 has its own arpeggiator built into this, and I have mucked around with that before, but it's not really, it's very hard to sync with the timing of this, so I'm going to do a little bit differently. I'm going to use the MIDI roll, which is the best thing ever. So it starts from bar number 4 because the drums play on their own, and the first note is G. So I'm just going to go ahead and just so 1, 2, 3, 4, and then next bass note is A, and then B, and then back to G. So we'll repeat that. I don't like this green colour. I know I keep changing things around, but it does my head in. That'll do. Oh. Okay, that'll do. Alright, so let's listen to that. Sounds pretty good so far. It might need a little bit of chorus or something like that to just give it a little bit of something extra, but you know, can always add that later. Okay, so the intro, verse, and those parts are the same. Chorus though is a little bit quicker. Oh. So we'll use that as a template. So I think might be something like that. This is going to be terrible, I think, but I'll try. Alright. Oh, should have saw that mistake. Right. So that sounds about right. Repeat that. And then that will probably go for the length of that one. And then back to A. And then it's pretty much, oops, pretty much the same as the verse, that outro. And then again, because it's the same as the verse, I'll just copy that to there and to there, and the chorus part that part there with the bass, the slap bass, is that kind of pattern, that kind of pattern, that kind of pattern. And I'm pretty sure we're back to the chorus type. Yeah, I think that's right. Instead of listening to the song in my head, but it looks like it. That's why I do these arrangement parts at the top, just to outline so I know where I'm up to. So it makes it a little bit quicker in the end. It's a pain in the ass listening to the song and then putting it all out there like that, but anyhow. So we'll give this a listen to the chorus. So there's normally tom fills here before the chorus, and this part here, I don't know if I'll be able to do it, but I'll try. I'm not familiar with. It's kind of like let me have a look. Yeah, so it's try that. I might leave that one there. Look, this is probably not going to be any accurate, but I'll try it. I might replace that MIDI region with this and see what happens. Maybe it'll work, but I'll see. You can kind of see what I mean though. It's a bit, just to highlight that part of it. And that's going to be, I'm pretty sure it'll do that actually for the rest of the song, now that that's in. So, probably should have done that in the first place, to be honest, but these things take a little bit of mucking around. Alright, so that differentiates the two parts. So. Alright, lastly we will do the Oberheim OBXA, which is one of my favorite synths. There's 3 synths that I absolutely love, and it's the Oberheim OBXA, the Prophet 5, and the Yamaha DX7. They are the best synths in history, I think. But anyways, that's my opinion, I guess. Now UVI, I've spoken about in the past. I've got a lot of their stuff, all these instruments here, which is mind-blowing, but one we'll use is OB Legacy. This one here kind of represents the OBXA. You can kind of see by the pattern of the this is what the OBXA looks like, kind of thing. They haven't called it that, but you know that's what the samples are of that instrument. So one of the, this is some of the brass sounds. As you can tell, it's just amazing. That's a bit of, got some sort of layered harp kind of sound over the top of it. So go. So that'll do. Let's name these so I can know what I'm doing. Right, I won't hit record, but I'll just play over the top of it and see how it sounds. fucked that up a little bit, but I'll hit record now and see what happens. So that'll do for that part. There is, if I duplicate that track, there is another part over the top of the chorus, which I'll just find. So it's kind of like something like that, but it's more, I might have to hunt around the sounds to see if I can find, I haven't looked for this one yet. Sounds close enough. So I think it comes in at the chorus. It's only very slight though. So we'll try that. I should have used the quantize feature on the brass part, but for some reason it really goes crazily out of whack. This might be, I'll try that. Part isn't that great. I haven't played the song for a long time, so let's just see if I can play along with this just to see. you get the idea. So I'll leave it at that for now, and if you like these types of videos and you want me to have a look at other songs, there's so many resources now online that sort of break down songs and all those sorts of things. I'm more than happy to start going through some of them. I've already done a whole heap of stuff in here. Where is it? I've done heaps and heaps and heaps of stuff that using VSTs and things like that. So anyway, I'll leave it at that, and my next video I'll do very soon. And yeah, that's it for now.